For some reason, there is a resurgence of hack and slash games, and I love it. Eagerly anticipating the releases of Tides of Annihilation, Shinobi, Onimusha, Ninja Gaiden, and Lost Soul aside. There's some other games, but these are the ones I'm really have on my radar. God of War 2018 did something amazing in refurbishing and recontextualizing its main character, Kratos. Cory Balrog and company took a one-dimensional monster and made him a layered and weary monster with a new sun in a new land. Some praise this new direction, while others condemn this new approach. The series of God of War was inspired by one of the greatest hack and slash series of all time, Devil May Cry. For the uninitiated, Devil May Cry is loosely inspired by the story written by Dante Alighieri entitled Dante's Inferno. In Devil May Cry, a man by the name of Dante is a devil hunter who hunts down demons with all of the style and swagger of a 90s John Woo film. Dante loves pizza, and he's trying to run a failed business, one that specializes in hunting demons. What is great about Dante is that he is half devil himself, the son of a great demon warrior by the name of Sparta, who long ago defied his demon kind to protect the world and the woman he loved, a human woman named Eva. Dante has a brother named Vergil, and on one fateful night, Eva protected Dante and sacrificed herself trying to find her other son, Vergil, Dante's twin brother, who was unfortunately taken by demons. This pain and trauma is what drives the rivalry between Dante and Vergil. Dante, one brother who was allowed to live amongst humanity, while the other brother was tortured and raised in hell. However, over the course of the series, it appears Vergil, despite growing up in actual hell, has managed to become a father, not only accepting his brother, not only his demonic and human lineage, but most importantly, embracing his firstborn son named Nero. While Dante, on the other hand, in his late 40s, has remained the pizza-eating, devil-may-care, wisecracking, laugh in the face of danger, adolescent seen in 2005's Devil May Cry 3, Dante's Awakening. In this video, I want to share my thoughts on Dante as a character, and how I believe Dante can be redeemed as a character in subsequent sequel stories that explore his relationship with his father, the Dark Knight Sparta, and his family. So, let's talk about it. Dante was originally supposed to be a character in the iconic series Resident Evil 4, called Tony Redgrave. In Resident Evil 4, he was a police officer and the son of the villain Oswald E. Spencer. However, game director Hideki Kamiya decided to brilliantly take Tony in a new direction and find a new game entirely, which became Devil May Cry in 2001. Let's not mistake that Dante is and has always been cool. I love his design. There are aspects of him that are inspired by legends like Tom Cruise and the 1978 manga character Cobra, created by Wuichi Terusawa. I love the passion Dante has for humanity and saving the world. He understands that humans can oftentimes be worse than demons, but not all humans deserve to die. This has been explored in the novellas as well as the anime and TV series, which is about to come out. I love Dante's ability to be a smartass in the most dangerous situations. There's almost a mystique to it that reminds me of Jack Burton from my favorite film, Big Trouble in Little China. Character both brave and incredibly stupid. It's something that's admirable and endearing to me. Dante has been known to dismiss jobs he does not agree with, even if the pay is high. He has a moral compass and an honor code that he always stands by, despite how detrimental it may be to his business. Dante is maidenless when it comes to meeting women. His luck with gambling is also atrocious, and he has better luck risking his life than at the table of craps. There's a certain scene in Devil May Cry 4 that I really, really love, and it always is a scene that's very memorable to me. I'm talking about the scene where Dante first meets Nero, and it seems like Nero is overpowering him in the church. As Nero punches Dante on the ground, you can see a glimpse that Dante is holding back his true power. Very briefly, he shakes his arm to hold back that transformation. I feel that this is a beautiful use of visual storytelling to show Dante's restraint, power, and love for this kid. This one scene shows that Dante cares so much for his family and friends, despite his devil nature telling him otherwise. However, there's a part of me that senses the writers are intentionally holding back Dante's ability to mature and grow. because they don't want to jeopardize his iconic status, his mystique of a stylish badass. In my view, it seems like they don't want to wokeify him. We don't want to make Dante a dad or boyfriend, someone with attachments, so to speak, or even a successful businessman, because Dante, for the better part, is iconic and he's better the way he is. I understand this rationale, but it has prevented me from loving the entirety that is Devil May Cry 5, because I see in that game Vergil evolving despite the circumstances that he's fallen him, and Dante, on the other hand, has slowly remained the same with marginal spurts of character growth. I realize as I get older, you start to see characters that you've grown up with, and there's a part of you that wants to see those changes reflected in that character. It's aspirational dream, but some characters remaining unchanged is what makes them more accessible to the wider global audience. Thus, they should never change and evolve. I'm talking about characters like Mario, Mickey Mouse, Bugs Bunny, hell, even Goku. These characters are loved across the globe because of how consistent their characterizations are to each new generation. However, Devil May Cry as a series has never reached the heights of God of War from a narrative perspective. There's so much in the story and lore to explore and reveal other than the godlike gameplay mechanics. I've always felt that Dante and Devil May Cry have always felt stunted or stuck in the past glory, unable to escape the greatness of DMC3 because it won't let Dante or the story grow beyond its greatest hits era. Now, I'm fully aware of 2013's reboot, the little m, capital C. I was aware of what they were trying to do, and in some ways it succeeded. The story of Dante was more mature than its Japanese counterpart, had a little bit more gravitas in certain aspects. However, the reboot was such a drastic change in terms of the art style, gameplay, and mechanics. It seemed to differentiate itself to such an extent, almost edgelord and charmless from its counterpart. This entry was a slap in the face to Devil May Cry, in my opinion, and I hated the look of Dante. However, there were some things I did love about capital D little MC. I love the imaginative boss battles and level design over DMC5. In my opinion, the Bob Barbas fight was one of my favorite boss battles in DMC. Now, what I want for Dante as a character. I feel Dante has never been truly tested or put through the ringer psychologically and physically. Games like DMC5 have shown that there are times Dante has been down and out, but has always managed to overcome the situation. However, I feel Dante needs to go to hell in every stretch of the imagination. I know Dante has been to hell specifically in DMC2, but I don't want to qualify that as the real Dante because that version of Dante, may we never speak his name, does not even speak in that game. Dante needs to come to grips with his mortality in the sense that time, despite his vast power, takes a toll on us all. Dante needs to be pushed to the brink of the core of who he is and what he stands for. Dante as a character needs to face a wall he can't talk his way out of. He can't fight his way out of. And a situation in which he gives back to the world as his father and mother did so long ago. Dante needs to face off with the first rebel, Lucifer Morningstar. Now, I have an idea of a subsequent sequel that I like to share with you guys. I like to title it Devil May Cry 6, A Rebel with a Cause. In this story, it should start off directly after DMC5 when Vergil and Dante decide to go to hell and fight demons and get to the heart of the matter. However, during this onslaught, the brothers get separated, and Vergil is pushed out of hell back to Earth, while Dante is fighting towards the demons by himself. Vergil recognizes that there's something more powerful behind this interruption, and tries to use his dimension cut to break back into hell, but he can't. Dante realizes that demons begin to slowly stop fighting him and look to the sky above. The demons all begin to scatter like roaches, and the being from above begins to descend to the ground behind Dante, who does not see or sense that individual. For a split second, Dante does sense a presence behind him, and he slashes behind to uncover nothing but air. Dante suddenly hears a soft voice dripping with charm. In my opinion, the voice should be played by voice actor of Astarion from Baldur's Gate 3, Neil Nuban. The voice tells Dante how much he reminds them of the Dark Knight Sparta, but he is far weaker than him. The voice tells Dante that they love how Dante has protected humanity, but offers him a choice to either become their new general or die. Dante responds with a smart-ass remark to the demon like, go fuck yourself. Something to that effect. And before Dante can finish his retort, the demon reveals themselves. The demon should be a beautiful creature that stands before Dante. and this creature should offer Dante a game. If Dante can get to the bottom of hell before the sands in the giant hourglass run out, they promise to not destroy Earth. The being tells Dante that while Dante has defeated Urizen, he has only postponed the apocalypse that is to come. This being wants to have a little fun before enacting revenge on humanity and the Lord of Light. If Dante can get to the ninth ring of hell and pierce the heart of the first rebel, then they will stop their assault on the world above. This is obviously a lie, but I want Dante to fully commit to it, even though he knows in the back of his mind that this is a lie. There's something more to this than meets the eye. Dante laughs and then realizes, wait, where's his brother? Like, he's not even paying attention to what that person's saying. So he starts swinging his sword, and as Dante swings his sword, the being in front of him catches it with one finger, demonstrating their true power. Well, just a fraction of their power. The being smiles and mocks Dante's simple-minded nature, but wants Dante to show his true rage and power. This scene should be cut by a quick battle. So similar to how Metal Gear Revengeance, when Raiden fought Jetstream Sam, and how in the very beginning of the game, and how he could not defeat him, I want to appear something like that, where it kickstarts this, rehabilitation of Dante, so to speak, where he's just stripped down, not of entirety of his power. He gains new powers over the course of the game, but the Dante that we know, he's currently not up to snuff to fight Lucifer Morningstar, and he needs to gain that power over the course of his descension into hell. As the scene plays out, we should see another scene that displays Nero is alerted by Nico that demons have been spotted everywhere in the city. And as Nero gets ready, we see Kiryu walk to Nero and hand him the red queen. We see a little small bump on Kiryu and a wedding photo on the counter, letting the audience know that time has gone by in the months while Dante and Vergil were in hell for mere moments. The aspect of time will be a mechanic in the game. As well, it should be explored that the concept story of sides should be explored in the game as well. For instance, there should be an A side where we see and play Dante going into hell. This side should also be interspersed, or there should be another side called B side where we play as Nero in the city fighting off the demons. There should also be a C side where we play as Vergil trying to not only fight off the demons in the city, but get to his brother in hell. There should also be a D side depending on our success in getting to the ninth circle of hell. Using Dante, Vergil and Nero should team up, and depending on the outcome, they'll have to fight the legendary Dark Knight General, Dante. The last secret level will be called S for Sovereign, where if the player does defeat Lucifer as Dante and pierce the heart of Lucifer, then Dante would become the new king of hell, and for eternity protect the earth by keeping the demons from destroying earth and heaven. A feat not only his father or brother could accomplish. Dante could end the game by saying, his catchy phrase, it is better to reign in hell than serve in heaven. Jackpot. This also opens the possibility of whether we need to fight Dante at some point in the future, or whether Dante will take over heaven. I don't like the latter, but there's possibility in the former. This game will also explore the opportunity of Nero and Vergil to team up and bond, mirroring the bond Vergil and Dante had with their father before he left them. The point of the game is that we will be given an opportunity as Dante to experience his descent into hell, and a glimpse of the warrior and the man through each new subsequent layer he dives down. Similar to the movie Inception, where we are learning more about Dante the deeper we descend. I want the scope of this game to be huge, similar to how 2018's God of War was. Some levels or circles can be action-based, others can be puzzle-based, or a mixture of the two. But the circles are very intimately tied to Dante, his own personal hell, if you will. Getting through the circles means coming face to face with his fears and personal demons. It's not a perfect idea, but it's one that I know can push the series forward for Dante and the DMC crew. Dante, in my opinion, needs to grow or die trying. In sacrificing himself to save his family and humanity, Dante can pass on the series to Nero and or Vergil. I feel the series is strong enough and capable enough to continue without Dante, but have something of his legacy remain. Nero represents that, and Nero, being a father who remains with his child throughout his life while still protecting the world, will be a nice send-off to Dante's journey. I also feel this would be more faithful and ballsy conclusion to Dante's tale versus what Sony has done for Kratos thus far. I know it's a hot take, but it's one that had to be made, in my opinion. What are your thoughts? Comment below or let me know. Are you eagerly excited for the new DMC series that's premiering on Netflix around April? Let me know. And as always, take care. Cabs out.